vowel, please. That's silly.
Serious.
Serious?
Okay, so 7.
When is that? Okay.
3. So one more. Hi, welcome back to Elektro. We're at Infest 2023, and I'm with the incredible Beborn Beton.
Yeah.
So, Beton. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, please.
No harm done.
So, yeah, introduce yourself to the audience and sort of tell them what sort of music do you make.
Yeah, I'm Till. I'm a drummer, keyboardist, and composer of the songs of Beborn Beton.
I'm Stefan. I'm the singer, lyricist, but actually the roles are not separated because we do everything together. So I'm writing the ideas down that we come up with. He plays the ideas or composes or transcends the ideas that we have in communion. So there's nothing like, hey, here's the song, write the lyric or something. It's not happening.
Good to know. So it's definitely a dual partnership.
Yep.
The questions that you want me to ask you. First one is, what song or album of yours are you most proud of and why?
Usually, or as a matter of fact, it's always the last album, I think, the newest. Our new album is called Darkness Falls Again, and I think we are very proud of that album, and in particular the first single, Dancer in the Dark, which got quite a recognition, and we shot a video. That would be a silly question. Why did you shoot the video on a bowling alley? Yeah, because we're funny people. That would be the album, and it was really well received, and the themes and the stories on this album are very serious. It all started, well, when we put our previous album out in 2015.
Okay.
16 was the EP afterwards.
Okay.
Then we wrote that album for a long period of time and produced everything. And when you're done with an album, then usually you think, what's going to happen now? Because you always think that you've done your best work, and this was the same. And then we think, well, do we have anything to tell? Is there any more stories that haven't been told yet? But then the history just helped us a little with the rise and fall of Donald Trump and everything, the conspiracy theorists and environmentalist issues and all these things that were happening, and we felt like the planet was on the brink of extinction. So that's where we were fueled with ideas and stories, and that put all that together. It's probably our most political album so far, but we try not to be too political, but there is a time when you have to put your foot down and take a stand and tell people what you believe in and what you think is not right.
Definitely. Okay. And the next one is, how different is your music now from when you first started?
I think it's like when we first started, it was more like experience. I mean, it's like we know each other from school, and so we had the dream like doing a band together, this thing like many other bands, and we were very much interested in electronic music, but we didn't know how it works. It's like it was quite new. I mean, there were the 80s, beginning of the 80s, and so it's like at the beginning it was not affordable for us to have too expensive the equipment was, and so it's like we promised ourselves so that when we finish school we get some money, then we buy equipment, and then we do our first record when we were 25. So and we more or less did that, but so at the beginning it was like, now we bought equipment piece by piece, and then you have to find out how this really works. I mean, it's like now you're having YouTube tutorials, you know, somebody's explaining you how to use a decent this programs everything, and we just were turning knobs. And the first record we did, for example, we all mixed by ourselves. We even made the cover artwork, and we had this big tape machine synchronized to Atari computer and whatever, and so it was more this technical way. But one thing was very important, because it's like because we had to learn it by ourselves. We knew our gear very good. Today it's like everybody can install for free a software synthesizer, and then he skips the sound, and then that's good.
Looking for presets. That's
good,
that's good.
But you don't know that very in depth, and so it's like I have the Maxim. I only using a couple of synthesizer plugins, and I know them very well, and so it's not. And so I definitely know when I'm in the mood or I'm in the need of a sound from which I get it. You know, it's like.
And the difference, the main difference was also that the recording process. So now if you want, you can record everything inside the box and automate all the different things and just render it out. But when we recorded, everything was recorded mostly on 4 or more tracks, and all the automation that you do, we all had to do it by ourselves, like hi-hat panning all the way around and all
switching the tracks on and off again, and
that was, and
sometimes we had the result and then there was a snare drum in the refrain missing or something.
Oh, we missed the track. We have to re-record it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Okay. Cool. So no, you can swear. That's fine. Okay.
Fuck!
All right, so tell us about your most recent release. I think obviously you've said a bit there, but what are the thoughts behind the tracks, if you haven't already discussed that?
Okay, there are certainly environmental issues, like in the song that we also played yesterday, "Burning Gasoline." I think if you listen to the tracks and to the lyrics, we are quite obvious this time. So sometimes we are a little bit ambiguous in our writing, but now most of the time we really told as it is, like soiling fountains, the water and oceans and whatever, burning down forests for commercial exploitation, or just climate changes and all these kinds of things. And the problem is that there are too many people that either do not believe or they don't care about these issues, and so we have to take care that we don't reach the point of no return, that probably our children will have to pay the price for our misdoings.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is of course an important thing. Then we also the first song, "My Monstrosity," it deals with tolerance towards people choosing their gender, or who were not able to choose the gender, or the choice has been made for them after
the
birth. So the people think they're in the wrong body, and of course also homophobic issues and all these kind of things. I think this is a very important issue as well.
Big problems right now, yeah.
Yeah, you see, like on this song, it's like we were thinking, like, how can we do this, that the listener is feeling what we feel. So by coincidence, one day I was in a garden center to buy some flower stuff for the garden, and then there was an old piano there, upright piano, normally in the rain or whatever, and it was totally crashed. But I could even play on it, and it sounded so detuned. You can't do that with a synthesizer or whatever. So I recorded it with my iPhone. So this is a technology change. Years before you needed some more gear, but this you can just record that with your phone. And it's a beginning of the album. You hear the of the track, you hear this detuned album piano, and I arranged it a little bit, and
it sounds really sick. So
and it is like how how this person in the song is feeling. I think the sound of the piano tells everything. You know,
it's like broken inside and not able to mend anything, and to be in the open,
Okay.
vulnerable.
Hey, and then the next one is, what is the most important part of creating music for you both?
Well, I think that's the chemistry between us when we are together in a room and exchanging ideas. And it's funny. It's like sometimes like table tennis. It's like I got the idea that, and then he says, "Oh, that's good, but would we change it in that way and this way?" And so it's like a combination between us and creating the music, and most of the time the lyrics, they just form while he's playing bass lines or piano chords, and so then I get inspired by some vocal line maybe, and then we are always together when we create, and so that we have always immediate effect on each other to just
It is that the whole song in the initial phase when we created at home out the demo, then we do that together. Like then it can even happen that, like with Dancer in the Dark, we had he came up with a refrain and it was good, and then the week later you meet again, and then you listen to it, and so it can happen that I come up with something different, and then suddenly it's a refrain, and so it's like, or he is then writing the lyrics, and I'm doing my sounds, and then he said that was good, and then what exactly, and so it's like it's together,
and usually we take a long time for a song, so it's a long process, because we are not together all the time, but we meet regularly, and then probably we have a couple of days to let that sink in, and then come back and revisit certain parts, and that's why it takes us years and years and years for an album to make, because we also have regular jobs like everyone, I guess, and families, and
cats
and hobbies. So and we don't want to pressure ourselves, because that nothing good comes from that. We need to be in a good place. We need to have fun, and we want to do it. And fortunately, we don't have to deliver on time or whatever. So we take the time that we need. And the last album that we did before this one, we didn't even have a record contract. So we just produced the album by ourselves. We paid for it by ourselves, and it took us years. And but then we chose a record company, and we sold the record, and they liked it. But we wouldn't have changed anything if they objected to anything. So we do what we want to do, and if people don't like it, then they don't have to sign us or whatever. So it's not our job. It's not. We don't live off it. But we just invest in it.
The good thing in it is we are not forced to produce an album a year. Some bands are, and then I sometimes think you hear that. And we are just recording as much songs as we want, and then we pick some we doing further, and then at the end we're having the songs done. But then we are thinking that these are really strong songs, and that it's going to be a great album, and no compromise. So
we concentrate on stories, on emotions.
and if there's a song missing, then we need another year.
Fair enough.
No, not a year, but it's like
So we are not focusing on club music or on that we need or we think that people should dance to it. But we just want to invoke emotions. We want to put our soul and everything in it, and then afterwards when we produce it, then it could be a dance song, it could be a ballad, whatever fits.
Yeah.
And hopefully the audience is mentioning it. So yesterday somebody came to me and said that her wife, her husband died some years ago, and they played Another World on the funeral, and so it's like, and this was a song about death too. So like you put your emotions in a song, and then there are a few, and they read it out.
Yeah, people can relate to it.
And sometimes these people, when you talk to them, like on a concert or whatever, you find out, yeah, we put that in, and they were like Sherlock Holmes. They found it. It's like it's really great. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we do not know if the message that we put in a song, unless we write it down literally. We do not know if we can come across with the message to people, but that's the best thing on shows or on whatever, when people just tell us that they found out about it and that they could relate to it, and that's the best reward you can get.
Yeah, because then you know it's done.
Yeah.
What you wanted it to do. Wonderful. Okay. Well, thank you for those. So we'll just do 6 quick fire questions. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. So if you'd like to pick first, silly or serious?
Silly.
Silly. Yeah.
Serious.
Serious. I thought you'd say that.
Serious?
Serious. Yep.
Silly.
Silly.
Okay, and more.
Silly.
Silly. Fantastic. And there's the band saying they weren't going to answer any silly questions.
We don't have to?
Oh, well, you've said it now. All right, so first one, silly one. If you could make something illegal, what would it be and why?
Oh. Something like rescuing animals from a farm would be a good thing, I think.
We would something legal to make it illegal.
Yeah. So something that's normal.
Didn't get
No.
So
It's a strange question.
I think rescuing animals should be legal.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So yeah, something that is normal.
Domestic abuse should be illegal.
I mean, it is, isn't it? But more illegal, you mean?
Yeah.
Really illegal.
Really, super illegal. True. Okay, and a serious one. In your musical career, what thing or things are you most grateful for?
I think I loved it to tour the US with Elektro Berserk 2002, and that was really something you tell your grandkids. It's like
If
that
they
was
know
really
Elektro Berserk. But yeah, we had 14 concerts, starting Florida up the East Coast, then cross country to the West Coast, and that's great to play in front of other people's audience, which is in this case really big.
Yeah.
And people were really receptive. And after that, you can enjoy a show by your favorite band.
With a beer.
What's not to like?
They are good. Okay. All right, and then serious one. So, is there an instrument you wish you had learnt to play And do you think your music career would be different if you had learned it?
Honestly, no. Because it's like I didn't learn it at the beginning, and after, I don't know, when I got 50, I took some piano lessons, and but I didn't need it.
Yeah.
So
I think I would love to learn to handle a laser scalpel or something like that.
As an instrument?
It's a medical instrument. Was that a silly question?
That was a silly question. No, that was serious.
That was a serious question.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's okay. Imagine you just with a laser next to a synthesizer going zzz.
Yeah. Or guitar.
Yeah. All right. So, silly one now.
Oh.
Do you have a plan for the collapse of society? And if so, what is it?
A plan for the collapse of... So, our plan is to collapse society.
No. If society collapses,
Yeah.
do you have a plan?
You know, it's like
Silly question. It is a silly
I
question.
mean, when you it differs. I mean, is it suddenly everybody's gone? You're the last survivor. Then I think you need to break into a library to find out how to grow food and whatever, because you're used that you get it from the supermarket.
And it's a silly question.
Yeah, I know, but it's when you really think of it, yeah, it can happen.
Okay. Well,
Run around naked, probably.
just have a good time.
Drink as much as I can. No.
All right. So this next question is from my friend Taz. So, do you know the song Smash Mouth song All Star? Hey.
awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. So, would you rather only ever play one of your songs ever again every time you perform, or have every single song you play slowly but inevitably become Smash Mouth All Star? Super silly question.
Holy shit, that is a complicated question.
So, if our songs would be played back slowly and turned into Smash.
So you're halfway through a song, and then no matter what you do, it just starts becoming All Star.
Sorry.
Taz, I didn't like your question.
No. So, and the alternative is have our songs.
Or only
played-
ever play one song of yours.
Only one.
I can change this one if you want, if it's a bit too.
No, that's okay.
Yeah?
It's a silly question. B.
B. So they all turn into Smash Mouth eventually. Yeah? Fair enough. All right, and another silly one from Kirsty. So, if you were ever going to cover or remix a cheesy or a classic Christmas song, which song would that be and why?
God.
There's only one. I was thinking about Last Christmas by Wham, but probably it would be Do They Know It's Christmas. But is that a classic?
Yeah, it's a classic.
Or do you more thinking about Jingle Bells or something?
The funny
Whatever.
thing is like I told you that at the beginning, when we didn't have gear, and in my school we had a piano or whatever, and then I tried it was somehow a Christmas song, but I don't know which was it. So I
Christmas tree.
I tried to write lyrics to the music there, and it became one of the first songs we did, but you probably don't know that.
Yeah,
We had it on tape.
But I think there are a couple of very, very classical American Christmas songs that would be cool to cover. But
No,
no.
it's not cool.
Oh, we write our own Christmas song like Wham did.
Do
Yeah,
it. There should be an industrial Christmas band where all the different bands just throw a track in each. Yeah. All right, wonderful. And then the last question I have for you both, of course, is: do you have anything that you'd like to say to your fans? No.
Yeah, thank you for having us here.
Don't pollute the air. and the earth and everything. Be good, and
Do it for your children.
yeah, save the planet, and don't point at other people for whatever reason. Was that a silly question?
No, that was just a final question.
Yeah, be good.
But yeah, thank
Like
you
we
ever.
are.
But thank you both ever so much for talking to me today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Hopefully
for
it wasn't too bad.
No, it's all good. And thank you for watching.